Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Imran, and today I'm going to talk about a really useful feature in databases called stored procedures. If you work with databases, you know that certain tasks could be repetitive, and data management can become complex and time consuming. This is where stored procedures come into play. They allow us to package our SQL code into usable blocks that we can execute whenever we need them. Think of it as writing a function in programming, or method if you're familiar with object-oriented programming, but specifically for a database. With that being said, it's not to be confused with user-defined function as another database object. Both stored procedures and user-defined functions may have similarity, but they have their own key differences, which I will leave it to you to explore on your own. On to the slides. Stored procedures are particularly powerful in large databases, where you often need efficient, reusable solutions. Today, I'll walk you through what stored procedures are, their advantages, a quick look at how they work, and why they're widely used in industry. So let's get started. So what exactly are stored procedures? Well, we know they are a type of object in databases. Simply put, a stored procedure is a set of SQL commands that you save and then execute as a single block. This block of code is saved within the database, allowing us to call it whenever needed without rewriting it. Stored procedures can perform complex tasks like inserting, updating, and retrieving data. They can even take input parameters, so they're flexible and versatile, similar to functions in programming languages as stated earlier. Let's say you run a large e-commerce site. Instead of rewriting multiple commands every time you want to retrieve information on a product or update inventory levels, you can create stored procedures to do these tasks automatically. This makes your database operation both faster and much more efficient because you're using a predefined, optimized process every time. So this is a diagram on a stored procedure. I already explained a lot of it earlier, so we'll just move on to the next slide, shall we? So stored procedures offer several significant advantages, especially when dealing with complex or large databases. Let's break down a few of the main benefits. So performance-wise, because stored procedures are pre-compiled, the database server doesn't need to compile the code each time you execute it. This can result in significant performance improvements, especially in congested, high-traffic environments. And then security. Stored procedures can enhance security because they allow you to control access to the underlying tables. Instead of giving users full access to tables, you can limit their access to specific stored procedures. This way, users can only perform specific actions, reducing the risk of unauthorized data manipulation. Then, reusability and maintenance. With stored procedures, you can create reusable code. Once you write and test a stored procedure, it's available for use throughout your application. As an addition, if you need to update how a certain task is done, you only have to update the procedure in one place, making maintenance simpler and less prone to error. Let's look at the basic syntax for creating a stored procedure. Here's a simple example I created in SQL Workbench. In this example, I'm creating a stored procedure called insert customer that takes two input parameters, which are customer name and customer email, both with the same data type, varchar, limited to only 50 characters. Do note that in stored procedure, you can have no parameter at all. You have in parameter like in this example. You can also have out parameter as well as in out parameter. These parameters allow us to insert different values into the database each time we call this procedure. So the content of the procedure, you can use an if-else statement, you can use case, you can also use loop. So it is highly customizable, like I said. So if you shift your focus to the bottom right of the screen, this is how I would like to execute this procedure. So the command here would insert Matt and his email into the customers table. Using stored procedures like this can make your code cleaner and reduce redundancy, as you don't have to write out the full insert command every time. Now we've entered the use cases in real application. Stored procedures are widely used in many real-world applications. For the first example here is in financial applications. So stored procedures are often used to handle transactions. A stored procedure could manage complex tasks like transferring funds between accounts, ensuring that all necessary checks are performed and the data integrity is maintained while transactions happen every day, and there's a lot of transactions happening even right now as we speak. The second one is automated reporting. Many companies need daily or weekly reports generated from their data. Instead of having someone run a series of SQL queries every time, a stored procedure can automate this process, retrieving and processing the data at scheduled intervals. Last but not least, here is stored procedures are also useful for maintaining consistency across different parts of an application. For example, if you need to validate user data or perform calculations that multiple applications rely on, a stored procedure ensures that each application gets consistent results without creating duplicate code. In a nutshell, stored procedures are a powerful feature in database management that offer improved performance, security, and maintainability. They're essential in applications where speed and efficiency are important, and they're a great way to keep your database operations organized. Thank you for watching. I hope this introduction has helped you understand the value of stored procedures. And have a nice day.